Other interesting political news, you had the White House continuing to call Donald Trump a threat to democracy, even after multiple assassination attempts by leftists, which, yeah, we're not surprised here. And Elon also retweeted this. Now, this comes to us thanks to, it was originally posted by Western Lensman over on the good old X Twitter, and spelled exactly how the profile sounds, Western Lensman. And Elon responded. So it's about a minute 29 clip with the only reporter that goes to the White House with any integrity would be Peter Doocy. Everyone else seems to be mostly sheep reading from, pre-asked questions. Jeez Louise. Green Jean Pierre. I mean, I'm normally a fan of unique colored suits and stuff like that. Oh, I'm also a fan of hiring the most qualified candidate for the job, not only accepting someone based on things they can't control. She is, interestingly enough, in a very bright orange suit or pantsuit, and kind of reminds me of Sideshow Bob in a way. But let's hear straight from the source, let's say.
2 days since somebody allegedly tried to kill Donald Trump again. And you're here at the podium in the White House briefing room calling him a threat. How many more assassination attempts on Donald Trump until the president and the vice president and you pick a different word to describe Trump other than threat?
Peter, if anything from this administration, I actually completely disagree with the premise of your question, the question that you're asking. It is also incredibly dangerous in the way that you're asking it, because American people are watching. And to say that from an administration who has consistently condemned political violence, from an administration where the president called the former president and was grateful that he was okay, from an administration who has called out January 6th, called out the attack of Paul Pelosi, called out and said we need to lower the temperature after the Butler incident.
And days, not even like 48 hours later, all the major leftist Democrats, they're all calling Trump a threat to democracy, comparing to Hitler, as they've done for years. That moment where the United States were united lasts about 48 seconds. Perhaps I'm exaggerating. More realistically, about 24 hours, where you did have people like Barack Obama and Biden, or more realistically, when they enters on his profile, tweeting things saying we need to be unified and we need to decrease the temperature, all that kind of stuff. And yet, almost immediately, it went back to the default of Orange Man bad, threat to democracy. You have to stop him. He's evil. He's a dictator, we're told. But I'll let her get back to her lies.
And now for you to make that kind of comment in your question, because your question involved a comment and a statement. And, it is, that is also incredibly dangerous. When
My pre-rally got 15.8 million views, and Elon responded saying, quote, no. Now, one of the top comments comes from, oh, we've got some leftists in here, so some contrarian statements, though they mostly lack substance, as they usually do, but like is a little bit boring when you're in an echo chamber. Someone by the name of Franklin, which is a weird leftist who has a picture of like a girl as his profile picture. Yeah. He says, quote, Trump is a threat to democracy. He must be stopped at the ballot box, not by using political violence. So you know what? I do agree with that statement in terms of no political violence. That's a pretty rare thing for leftists to say. I'll go ahead. I'll actually give him a nice comment here. I'll say, I at least, well, if I can't type from there. Oh, well, oopsies. The attempt was made. Not going to like that, though, in terms of, well, again, not by political violence. So you got one person, saying that's important not to have. You also have Cash Lorenz saying, quote, it's dangerous for Peter Doocy to ask a question, but not dangerous for Kareen Jean-Pierre to call Trump a threat. What in the liberal world salad hell? Okay, 1.3 thousand likes. You have to have Luke Zaleski, who's famously known for writing an article to GQ about how boys should not be allowed to play football, and also wears a V-neck and is a radical leftist, but I follow him nevertheless because more diverse opinion, the better. And, of course, in his true leftist form, he doesn't actually address the substance of the post. He just says, I swear, he just uses a AI generator to say Orange Man bad or Musk bad. So in this case, again, we're talking about, this is an interview with Peter Doocy and KG, Kareen Jean-Pierre, White House Press Secretary, and Luke's response was, Elon's entire fake speech crusade is a power grab, literally for natural resources, political power, power over your news and media, what you can see and believe, and what you do. If you surrender the Constitution, the world's richest man, you'll lose your freedom forever. Mentally backwards, yes, very much so. Getting 58 likes though. Yeah, he's from the side that wants to ban firearms to have mass censorship of free speech. Yeah, he believes in the Constitution. Yeah, I'm not sure if they've actually read the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, or anything for that matter by the founding fathers. And yet, yeah, I mean, when you look at, again, most major social media platforms, I mean, it's also the only one I believe in X Career so much. It's the one thing I pay for in my life in terms of social media. Not to brag, but I do have an orange check mark, or no, rather, a blue check mark. They should be able to change that color. But nevertheless, I do have a blue check mark at hashtag The Topping Show, where you can hear all of my interesting thoughts. Or at least funny gimmicks and limericks. But yeah, so this is where, yeah, pretty much every other platform is mass censorship, and Elon allows everyone to speak on it. I mean, and yet Luke is saying, oh yeah, he wants censorship. He wants to control everything. No, I don't think so. In terms of other people responding to Luke, you have Zach saying, thank you, Elon, for saving free speech, and 2 likes. Let's see here. Prius, oh, this is funny. Gotta read this. Prius says, yeah, it sounds awesome. So weird, though, that you actually pay this same person for a blue little check mark. Seems quite counter to your blathering. I give him a like. Yeah, that's funny, because Luke does have a blue check mark. Here. Let's see here. Brett Wenger, give him a like here. He says, quote, and yet you're here, utilizing the platform to spread your BS. I've read your post. You like abortion and voting for Harris. Surrender the Constitution. You don't give a shit about the Constitution. It's just a progressive talking point to you. I bet you also want to ban guns, too. Got 5, but I'll give him 6. So you got 6 likes for that response to Luke. Now going back to the major comments section, you also have Libercrat Media TM saying, quote, in short, she knows it makes the regime look bad. She knows exactly what she's doing. There's a picture of her holding the hand up. Looks like she's saying no. She says, hold on, I'm not here to answer questions. I'm here because I'm a black lesbian. Getting 2.4 thousand likes, which, again, Biden says the quiet part out loud, or traditionally quiet part. He says he's hiring people based on things based on things like their race and their gender. And just like the Supreme Court justice, he didn't choose the best one. He said, I'm going to choose a black woman, which inherently means you're going to get less resumes and a smaller sample size. So you're immediately not going to get the best because you're limiting the number of applications. I always tell people in the private sector, as businesses, accept every single application so you get the best qualified candidates. You want to just inherently, if you say you only accept one type of person, like you're quite literally robbing yourself of opportunities. But I only partially digress. Flowing down other comments, you have Paul Zupa saying, quote, KJP should go to jail for this. She's inciting violence here. Shame on her, getting 2.5 thousand likes. Oh, jeez. Libercat Media TM says, at this point, I am beyond convinced, and as a picture of KJP, it says, KJP exists to make Kamala Harris look smart. Getting 989 likes, which, that's not the craziest theory I've heard. I wouldn't put it past it. Oh, yeah, we do have some contrarian statements here brewing to the surface. Now, we also have Nick Sorter saying, apparently asking questions is now a threat to democracy, according to the White House. Calling emoji, world emoji, getting 3.2 thousand likes. I also have another leftist I follow, which again, more the better. Interestingly enough, this can't help but think he's a robot, or maybe mentally a robot. Someone by the name of Human, which, yeah, Human, and his profile's name is Human Unity. Specifically his hashtag or his handles for Human Unity, with the 4 being a numeral, not spelled out. And his profile name is Human with the peace emoji, the American flag emoji, the Ukrainian flag emoji, the American flag emoji, and a blue wave. And his whole profile is motorist leftist. His quote says, quote, yes, her response to Fox, the network that has to pay a record-breaking fine of $780 million for lying to its own audience, was absolutely spot on. Fox has proven they can be trusted and called out exactly as they deserved. Which, there's a reason those companies also sell outside of court. I suspect it's partially because they didn't want things to come out during discovery. Also, Fox News, I don't think most conservative people watch them anymore. I mean, they've had so many internal policies and that are very much leftist policies and beliefs. And I don't think anyone who really respects the Murdoch family these days. I mean, they used to be a staple. People used to think they're right wing. Now, a lot of people just suspect it as controlled opposition. Again, let me know in the comments. I mean, I look at Fox Business every once in a while for some business news, but in terms of opinion pieces or things about politics, I mean, shoot, I really don't go there these days. So you did get 176 likes for that. You also have someone named Perkles the Great saying, quote, in his picture of Hillary, I do apologize, I should have given you a visual warning because you get to see Hillary Clinton. It says, this woman is criminal. She destroyed subpoenaed evidence that has already been established. Doing so is a felony crime. The FBI knows it, the media knows it, the public knows it. It's not a matter of if she's guilty, it's a matter of why she wasn't being tried and convicted. Getting 3.1 thousand likes. So I guess, for the record, I should say Hillary Clinton is an absolutely beautiful, intelligent woman who has never had a disproportionate amount of people around her commit suicide, a little under 30 people, and not at all corrupt or evil. I would never suggest that because obviously she's beautiful, brilliant. Incidentally, just coincidentally enough, I do have to say for the record, I plan to live a long, healthy life. I don't own, I would never end it prematurely. Just coincidentally wanted to throw that out there. Now scrolling down to other major comments. You also have Prickles the Great having a picture of George Orwell, which A+ for one of the most brilliant authors of our time. 1984, or if you have kids, Animal Farm, which a little bit more easier to digest in terms of the vernacular and a little bit shorter of a book. And it's a picture of George Orwell. Says, quote, the further society drifts from the truth, the more it will hate those who speak it. Getting 1.9 thousand likes. The Mastiff Mafia says this administration has constantly bashed Trump. They have multiple tweets from Joe Biden, or let's be honest, more accurately, his interns. And Biden tweeted, Trump is and the MAGA Republicans are a threat to the very soul of our country. And how many of those tweets does he have? Let's see here. Like 10, it's like more than 20 of them. He also says, Donald Trump is a genuine threat to this country. He's a threat to our nation. He's a threat to our democracy. He's literally a threat to everything America stands for. That's from Biden. And the media said nothing about him, inciting violence or being too bombastic. And yeah, that got 1,000 likes. Scrolling down more and more. Let's see. Someone has Thrash Potato says bunch of fakes. They are the most hateful clan of all time, or all of them. This picture of John Wilkes Booth about to assassinate Lincoln says when Democrats don't get their way, they get dangerous. Getting 1.8 thousand likes. Right Thinking has a picture of American flag upside down, signaling distress, getting 150 likes. Let's see, a couple memes of KGP. One Fish 2 says, quote, there's a difference between you're and you are. And there's a picture of, I forget who Trump's main gal was for the White House press secretary. It says, when you're shit. And then it's a picture of Just Bezos with the picture of KGP. It says, when you are shit. That got 811 likes. Dude. David Scullion says, do better KJP. It's a Photoshop picture of her working at McDonald's, unlike Kamala Harris. And she says, we want some lies with that. Getting 1.2 thousand likes. So, yeah, I don't think the White House will ever really turn down the temperature, so to say. Oh, wow, this got to look at this meme. Or this, it's just a picture of The Simpsons. Thick Shelled Egg says, nice orange suit, Sideshow Bob. And there's a picture of The Simpsons when Sideshow Bob was in an orange jumpsuit with, oddly enough, it's very similar hair to KGP, getting 49 likes. Now, in terms of, will they ever actually ramp down their vernacular, how they're bombastically saying Trump is a threat to democracy or compared to Hitler pretty much all times a day? I don't think that'll stop. I mean, I think it is one of those instances where, culturally speaking, it's pushing people to be more and more extreme. From a legal definition, it's not inciting violence. Unless if Trump says anything controversial, then that is. But the average person, no, I don't think again, I'm not a lawyer, but I don't think it would fall under that legal standing. But again, they get votes because of this. They raise money off this vernacular. I mean, look at the comments. There are some leftists who 110% agree with KGP in the White House. So I don't think they'll actually stop. I mean, they stopped for one day after Trump was an assassination attempt. Then the second day after that, all the conspiracy theories saying it wasn't happened or Trump planned it. Even though at the time Trump was way ahead of the polls, it made no sense for him to actually do that tactically. But I partially digress. Let me know. Do you think, maybe you're more optimistic than myself, do you think they'll pull back on this vernacular? Do you ever think we'll go back to the days where we had a little bit more decorum between the presidential candidates? Or do you think just you see that more cultural and political shift? Let me know in the comments, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.